I am Tiffany A. Henyard of Dalton, Illinois.
This video will look at how to pronounce Chicago and Illinois.
Illinois.
Guess what we have here? A new article. This one is from the South Suburban News, an editorial that's titled Thornton Township Trustees Are in the Hot Seat, and they named Gerald Jones, Darlene Everett, Carmen Carlisle, and Christopher Gonzalez. Now, I don't know if these people are on TIFF time, because here she is. Here they go with a picture of her. Okay, here they go with a picture of her, but I digress. Here we have a picture of these trustees. We are familiar with, I believe we should be familiar with Jerry Jones, Chris Gonzalez, of course, Carmen Carlisle, but I'm not really familiar with Darlene Everett, but there are the trustees for the township, which obviously is different than Dalton. So Thornton Township has been under scrutiny in the press and social media constantly, almost daily for months. Child, if we don't know that, who don't know? National and international social media and news reports from as far away as the UK are always online for one to scroll through endlessly. Thornton Township meetings, drama, and chaos have become a bi-monthly occurrence. Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard's tone, which oftentimes consists of a dressing down of residents who want to speak in the public comment section of the meeting.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Continues to fuel outrage at how she conducts business and never seems to answer the residents' questions. It's not a seeming, it's a fact. She does not answer questions. She only wants to talk about what she wants to talk about, but I digress. It was one evening in March 2022 that Christopher Gonzalez, trustee, after several nominations of several others had taken place and failed to yield a new township supervisor, made a motion to vote on the appointment of Tiffany Henyard as the new Thornton Township supervisor. Former supervisor Frank Zuccarelli had died in early January of 2022 quite unexpectedly. Rest in peace to that man. The board could have let the seat remain open and left the decision on who would be the next township supervisor to the voters by a special election. So let's pause for a second.
Unask that seat, unask that seat, unask that seat.
I don't want to skip over this part because this definitely makes it clear. They rushed. They had several nominations. We've seen the video and no one would agree, I'll call it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, all right, big tiff. Why did they rush and not want the voters to have the decisions? The voters, honestly, should be really mad at the trustees. And maybe that's the point of this article. Chris Gonzalez, of course, he's first and foremost, but whoever seconded it and thirded it are responsible as well. Why didn't y'all want the townspeople to make that decision? That's what the town should be asking over and over and over again. And honestly, instead of going to that township meeting and facing or talking to Big Tiff, because you already know that's a waste of your daggone time, energy, effort, and breath, you should be directing your questions and comments to the trustees, specifically Chris Gonzalez first, and then whoever seconded her. And find out why specifically they did not want you all to make the decision on who runs your township. Again, I digress. Instead, they nominated Henyard and she received yes votes from 3 current trustees. Well, that answers that question. Chris, Darlene, and Gerald Jones. Tiffany Henyard was immediately sworn into the office to meet a midnight deadline. Fast forward through community outrage, chaotic, loud, and disorderly meetings, Take Back Our Township protests, FBI subpoenas, grand jury testimony centering around Thornton Township, and news reports that Tiffany Henyard is the target of the FBI probe. And one sees just how flimsy the decision to appoint Henyard in order to take the decision away from voters was. Well, okay, come on, article. Come on, article. Putting that pressure on those that need to be pressed. That's what I'm talking about. Now, what is even more apparent is the existing trustees have done very little on their own in the capacity as the members of the board of directors of the corporation called Thornton Township to bring calm, respect, dignity, and accountability to Henyard or the department heads. Child, where my clapping machine? Because applause, 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 applause to whoever put this article out here. Meaning whoever wrote it. Who wrote this thing? Their role as trustees appears to be limited by their desire to act in any way other than that which would positively impact the 17 municipalities that are currently impacted by Henyard's horrible press coverage and televised rants during meetings. This publication has been very cautious not to convict her of any wrongdoing in the media. However, we will point out that current trustees appear to be standing on the sideline. Thank you for pointing that out. While people want to give the four on Dalton's trustee board a hard time sometimes about what they're doing, at least you can tell that they're trying to fight back against all the alleged corruption going on. The people here over in Thornton Township just seem to be there, la 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 la. What are we gonna have for lunch today? Oh my God, I gotta go get my kids from the babysitter. Child, you can't make it up. If they are being complicit, just going along, staying silent, and providing tacit support, they are in the hot seat as well. They are doing very little during meetings, during public comment, and as the chaos continues, they are doing very little to separate themselves from the poor public profile that Thornton Township has experienced. Instead, they sit quietly. Not one of them have issued a press release informing the public of their role, opinion, concerns, or plans to right the situations that the citizens are concerned about. I agree. Come on, article. Some say they believe that the trustees have been compromised. They believe that through hiring of family members by the Henyard administration in Dalton, she is the mayor there, and in the township of Thornton as well, family members' jobs may be on the line if they cross the supervisor. Imagine selling your soul, because that's exactly what this sounds like. It sounds like these people have absolutely sold their daggone soul for what? Oh, money, as per usual. When you're dependent on someone else to take care of your ass, you are beholden to them. So what we're not going to do is get the good spirit, as she calls herself, to employ me, my family, my children, my everything, and then turn around and think that that person don't want nothing in return. Nobody gonna give you shit for no reason. No one gives you anything for free for no reason. And while I know that's a job and they get paid, that's a favor. That's a favor. And favors need to be repaid. This makes so much sense. I'm glad somebody is calling this mess out. If this is true, it is very unfortunate for the 158,000 residents who live in Thornton Township. Calls to our office as well as emails suggesting that residents are beginning to blame the trustees for the problem in Thornton Township. Chris Gonzalez is at the top of that list. How many times have I said that? I could not believe when the assessor got locked out of her office and my mother's personal information was left out in a common area for all to see, said Janice Martin. Martin says that Thornton Township, Tiffany Henyard, and now the trustees are becoming the laughing stock of the world. Oh, done. It has been done. Why didn't the trustees speak up, she asked. People that know my mom lived there in Thornton Township come to me like I know the latest answers. I know that these trustees, Jones, Gonzalez, Carlisle, and Everett, need to get off their collective butts and clean this mess up, Martin said. Seriously, if you are part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. There is definitely a problem in Thornton Township. What is equally frustrating for some is that they are aware of the long service record of trustees like Gerald Jones and Darlene Gray Everett. They know of Jones's work with youth sports and how that has made major positive impacts on so many young lives. Still others know of Darlene Gray Everett's over 3 decades of service to the community on the regional and state level. Many can't understand why the Thornton Township trustees are not speaking out or living up to the promises they have made to so many to provide sound leadership. Honestly, prior to the meeting where they had to approve the budget, I don't think I have ever heard none of them people ever speak. None of them people ever speak. And y'all know we've been watching this for a daggone while. I don't even know who this Darlene Everett person is. If she's up there, I never pay her no mind because she ain't saying ish. Whoo, Lord, help your people. Many can't understand why the Thornton Township trustees are not speaking out or living to the promises they have made to so many to provide sound leadership. Those promises would include shutting down the personal policies promoting public humiliation and embarrassment that affects business development and so much more. Darlene Gray Everett, a public servant respected by many, was asked what was her best words of advice. Her reply read, "Be the light that helps others to see." Child, where is the Price is Wrong button? Child, where is the Price is Wrong button at? That's some BS answer playing in your face is what that is. That's some BS answer. Be the light that helps others to see. She might as well have said, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Because all she is just taking some quote that she done found on Google and just giving it to you. Praise the Lord. Well, Thornton Township is clearly in its darker days, but it is up to Trustee Everett and others to live up to those words of advice. And it's up to the citizens to understand and know when it's time to re-elect some people. First of all, y'all already need, I've said this before, you need to be figuring out who the hell it is that you want to take over when the time comes up. Who's going to run? So that you don't not have a choice. And then someone like Carlisle and Jones, Everett, and Gonzalez run unopposed, and then you have the same old people and you have the same damn situation. Because at this point, until the FBI come in there and y'all willing to stay, ain't nothing. What else you gonna do? Continue to be all upset? Continue to, make national headlines? Going down there to damn Kwame's office would be the better bet than to sit there messing around with Big Tiff, or going down there to Pritzker, going somewhere else because she don't give a F. It's the wash, rinse, repeat every single time we see a meeting. Y'all run off at the mouth, meaning the residents, and that's no disrespect. You get no answers. All you do is get the comment. She talks about how she got a positive budget. Nothing is her fault. She doing everything for the youth and the senior citizens, and y'all should be happy about everything that she's doing. Everyone else is wrong. Do your research. Then she show you a PowerPoint, or just run off at the mouth like I'm doing right now, with no commas, no punctuations, no periods, nothing. And then everybody all mad. Then the meeting ends with everybody angry outside talking to the news. Wash, rinse, repeat. What did I miss? What did I miss? Child, I can't make it up. Well, Thornton Township is clearly in its darker days, but it is up to the Trustee Everett and others to live up to those words of advice. What are you guys waiting on? What or who are you protecting? Or maybe your silence means you support Tiffany Henyard and the chaos and the social media fame or embarrassment, depending on how one views things. Whatever the case, please don't sit and do nothing. That probably should say anything. But doing nothing is just another way of supporting those who are doing what they want despite your presence. You become their aid and proxy. Stand up, trustees of Thornton Township, because now you are in the hot seat too. Props to this company. Who is this again? South Suburban Journal for doing this editorial. Whoever wrote it, shouts and props out to you. This is months overdue. They should have been called these people out. They should have been called Chris Gonzalez out. They should be holding them to the damn fire. And y'all need to be mobilizing to be sure that you get new people into those seats so that they get the F on up out of there. If not, you'll have the same thing. Wash, rinse, and repeat. Child, this is a mess.com. But again, chaos all over the damn place. Y'all, let me know what you think. Of course, as always, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, comment. I see you all in the next one.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Mayor.
You going to jail. You're
Going to jail, Gatto. Unasked that seat. Unasked that seat. Unasked that seat.
To express my deepest gratitude to Tiffany Henyard and her team for their commendable efforts to better our community.
Come here. Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks. Dumb ass, say it.